All right, ways of warping things. First, we have some text, and I'll give it a much more robust look with nice, heavy, strong-looking font. There it is, okay? All right, so when you use text and it's in the select mode, if you look at the top of your window, you'll see in the application tools this thing called Make Envelope Options. There's this arcing grid right there, arcing grid. So when you click that, you have two choices. You have Make with Warp and Make with Mesh. The more simple one is Make with Warp. So I'm going to click that choice. And when I click it, it is the secondary click that makes it warp. And I am now using the preset of arc, and I can bring it down a bit. So there's one option for arcing something. And then there's all of this other stuff that you should be very afraid of. Fish, flag, have at it, okay? So that's beautiful, but that's type. That's not something I've hand drawn. All right, so the next part of this is something that I've hand drawn. So I'll just use a polygon, and I'm going to option click. This brings open the polygon menu. I just press the option key, that's the Alt key on the PC, and there's a three-sided polygon. There is a triangle. An option shift and drag. I have two. There's this wonderful thing in here called transform again, or Command D. So now I have 3, Command D 4. So I have 4 triangles. That's probably not enough. Command D 5. So transform again. So I'm going to select all of these here, and because they're all selected, I'll make them all smaller together. And how can I turn this into something that I can envelope? Yeah, I could have drawn that with a pen tool, but I did not. So the next thing I would like to do is use the Pathfinder to make it merge. Boom. Just pressed it. Letter Z for zoom. And so now if you look closely at this, you will see these are not separate anymore, right? They're merged into one shape, as if I'd drawn that sort of sawtooth shape with a pen tool, but I didn't. I just did it with this. Then I want to go to Effect, Warp, and this is how I can squeeze, inflate, twist, wave, bulge, arch. Here's arc.
It doesn't have the little icon option anymore?
Doesn't have
the little, because originally you had the little arc icon option.
Well, right, good point. So it's not showing that because it's not text.
Okay.
So you have to do it in this other way.
Okay.
Great question. So yeah, it does not have that anymore. It's only there for text. So there's all this nutty stuff here. In addition to your being able to warp something, right, you can change the bend, the amount of the bend. So this starts to look like a little sun, fiery situation. And I don't want to like freak you out or blow your mind, but I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to do Object, Expand Appearance. Now it's no longer triangles that have been in the process of warped. It's now this whole new shape again. And again, I'm going to go Effect, Warp again. And I'll do Warp with Arc again. So you can continue to transform without having to draw, more or less. Does that help, Matt? Yes? So now see, look at that. I did not draw that intentionally, but if I go Object, Expand Appearance, now it is its own little fabulous thing. Okay? So ways of drawing from very basic elements are worth experimenting with. Any questions on this? All right, again, I will